anything happened to him? He must be the luckiest motherfucker because it seems like everybody that worked at Uptown Records from the very beginning is gone. Just him. I guess Al disappointed you. You know, I speak for a reason. When you see this bullshit motherfucking game with people that you love, that you like, you know, it's too many coincidences.
Too many. You,
Honeycomb.
We know how intense things tend to get when it's Jaguar Wright versus the Hollywood elites.
Stamp it.
We gonna get you and your little dog. And congratulations, young man. Run as fast as Cassie did. Has anybody asked theyself about that shit?
I mean, yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are asking about what's going on with it. Yeah, a lot of people are looking at it as like that's the way the new relationship should work.
What, to get paid?
Yeah,
She was getting $500K a month. She quit because he dropped her down.
Yeah, I think that's where they're at with it now.
No, but understand this. Think about this. And there are women in this room. Why would you quit? What the is going on that 250,000 ain't enough?
Ladies?
Like the fact that he, I'm just saying, the fact that he cut from 500 to 200. Who the gives a shit? 200K? Who 250K? Who turning down 250K a month? What the is going on in that relationship that 250K ain't enough?
The most recent interview with Jaguar Wright, have you heard about it yet? Well, the internet is exploding with anticipation with her extreme disclosure of Diddy and his years-long abuse of his girlfriends and young artists.
That ain't worth 250K. That's gotta be some dark shit. Like, people are not understanding that girl quit 250K. 4 million every quarter. Well, I'm sorry, $1 million every quarter.
Shit.
Now, she was getting $2 million a quarter, but then she got, you got going on. That's so deep that it ain't worth $1 million a quarter.
As she usually doesn't hold back when stating her mind, Jaguar did not hold back this time either, especially when it came to exposing the deepest, darkest side of rapper Sean Diddy Combs.
That's how he operates. He has people followed. He has people watched. He does all kinds of. He's a fucking piece of shit.
Too much money.
I feel bad for the kids. Like, don't think that there aren't moments when I'm speaking honestly about that motherfucker that I pray that his children don't hear it. Because that's still their dad. I know what it's like to have a baby with a fucked up ass motherfucker. As much as I can't stand my ex-husband, I would never want my son to feel bad about either one of us being his parent. You know what I mean? Like, exactly. I would never want that.
Exactly.
But their father is the fucking devil. He the fucking devil.
Here's everything you need to know. Undoubtedly, fans have always been drawn to Jaguar because she has a reputation for speaking her opinion without fear. She isn't afraid to speak her mind, particularly when it comes to criticizing someone like Diddy, and we know that she speaks with facts. Meanwhile, we know that Diddy's reputation in the industry isn't exactly perfect, and Jaguar has been alerting us to this fact for quite some time, especially when it comes to Sean Diddy Combs trying to get young girls into doing questionable things for Hollywood biggies.
Bad Boy Records. But people don't know the reality of Total. And the reality of Total is that Kima Dyson started that group. Puffy got into the mix later. But her mom was like their manager. Her sister Vita survived. Her sister Vita was with Irv Gotti before Ashanti got there. Like, these were girls who were making their bones in the game. Making deals, they were getting deals. Like, and they did this before Puffy came. Their name was breaking before Puffy got involved. Then Puffy got involved, and then the next thing you know, Missy gets involved. And when Missy got involved, everything changed. But what I hated more than anything was how Kima Dyson kind of got ostracized from the entity that she was damn near responsible for creating because she wasn't gay. Because she was straight. Because she had a husband, because she had children, because they had a family, because they had a business. I mean, hey, Clive Davis's artists kind of experienced the same things as Angie Stone.
Not to mention, Diddy being sued by Cassie Ventura, it appears that Jaguar's remarks are beginning to make sense more than ever. You see, she made some serious charges during the conversation, including that Diddy is basically a puppet of the Hollywood elites and is involved in open sex trafficking.
Making her search for prostitutes who were dark-skinned with big black penises. That's literally what he made her search for.
I mean, that's what he into.
He into BBCs. Diddy and Farnsworth Bentley's real relationship was
concubine, master.
She also brought up how he abuses his fame to take advantage of and exploit young artists, using his influence in Hollywood to intimidate and assault them, quite literally naming a few of his victims.
When I started addressing my issues about what happened to Malik B and what happened to Flo Brown, I just started looking, as I've gotten older, like, I dissect life a little differently now. I'm always looking for the origin of a problem. I'm not looking to deal with the fallout that is presently here now. If I want to get rid of it, I got to go to the origin. I got to figure out where it comes from, and I got to dig those roots up, and I got to make sure it can't continue to grow.
What made you tell about P. Diddy and Christopher Reeves?
Because they had it coming. They had it coming. I had no intention of ever telling that story. Matter of fact, I wasn't going to tell this story, but they kept posting nasty things about my kids on Instagram.
According to Wright, Diddy is actually everything and more, just like Cassie has explained him to be in her lawsuit. Also, with everything going on, there are sources who are in on the matter and are close to Diddy who are corroborating some very severe accusations made against him, and it looks like the end of his career is near, even if he has been openly threatening her to stay quiet.
Yes, they had a whole page saying that I destroyed my lives, I had a pipe, I was on and I said, if it doesn't come down, you can keep telling lies on me, and I'm just gonna start telling the truth about you.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And it didn't come down, and that's why I was in that little TV screen and I looked so tired. I had been up for like 16 hours. I literally waited. I didn't even go to bed until I did the video.
Like now we're about to talk about some. Because if you don't want to take it down, this is what it is.
Here it is. I waited all night. I've watched all night. I told you to take it down. You did not take it down. All right, I'm finna go to bed. So let's get into it. And the reason why I told that story is because it's a story that probably sickens me the most because of my personal attachment to it.
Which is what?
A woman should not be penalized and have her career taken away from her because she is in disagreement with someone else's behavior problems.
Yeah, understood.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that should have never happened. This was a brilliant young attorney, and that career was totally polished. He's a bit of a thrill seeker.
What was the immediate response after you did that?
Even Christopher Williams was running around calling mutual friends that we had. Man, you ain't never seen me do no stuff like that. And even that mutual friend was like, well, bro, there was that one time, and look, it ain't none of my business. So, you know, everybody knows. These things aren't secrets. It's these were all common facts, which is why Biggie's old bodyguard, Gene Deal, confirmed it. It's not like I'm saying things that people don't know.
Okay.
But what's worse is the simple fact that this man feels as though he gets to lives with impunity. And has made hundreds of millions of dollars on other people's pain and on other people's talent and on other people's sacrifice. What he did to Albie Shore was disgusting. It's beyond disgusting. And of Kim Porter is unspeakable. Back then, those stories were fresh. The publicist came through, cleaned it up, swept it up. Another, #1 record, great video, appearance at Fashion Week with the right actress. You know what I'm saying? And people start to look away from these things.
Wholesome, in public, devil behind the doors.
You know what I mean? So now here you go, and you fast forward all these years, and you look at all of that he created, and no one is okay except for him.
Yeah.
No one. No one is okay. And the ones that are okay escaped before it ate their up, like my girlfriend Kima Dyson from Total.
Then again, not too long ago, Wright also disclosed in an interview that Diddy isn't the stand-up guy he presents himself as on the internet. There is a lot more going on behind the scenes, particularly in the alleged parties that he organizes, and it's not pretty.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you something that I've never told anybody before on camera.
Well, let me straighten the wheel.
All right, there's a Hollywood party. I'm not gonna say any of the names though. I'm just. If Spirit give it to you, I will not deny what you say. Okay, it was a certain urban artist, but he wasn't black. Had a big record that just broke. He was married to an actress at the time.
So was him a Robin Thicke?
Yes.
Okay.
And it was at his dad's house, which I guess is his house now, in Sunset Hills. I went with an old associate of mine. His name was Jimmy, and he was the vice president of Andre Harrell's label, New America.
You talking about Jimmy Iron?
No.
Okay.
Jimmy's back.
Oh. Give it to
now.
me.
But he was the vice president of New America, which was the label that Robin Thicke was on at the time. So me and Jimmy get to the party. It was very interesting. There was a certain supermodel that showed up at the party and was thrown out of the party for some very, very, very vulgar conversation, very loudly about people. There were video girls there that were dancing. Michael Rappaport was there that night.
Who?
Michael Rappaport. The one who's beefing with KD. With Kevin Durant.
Now, is he an athlete as well?
No, Michael Rappaport, the actor, he played Remy in Higher Learning.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, he was there at the party. And he was shaved bald like Remy for whatever reason that night. And
right?
Yeah. And
Peeper.
No, not Higher Learning.
Zebra.
And Zebra. Yeah, Zebra Head.
Yeah, Zebra Head.
Yeah. And there was a guy that was a comedian. He used to be on MTV. He just kind of disappeared. He was there. And a few other people were there. Andre Harrell was there. And it was a very interesting night. There was a lot of party favors. And
when you say party favors, we mean...
Yeah, party favors. And of course there was alcohol. And I was a BYO everything girl.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sharing nothing with you. I ain't smoking with you. I'm not doing that. So the video dancers were dancing, and then the girls got upset because they weren't getting any attention because they couldn't dance like the dancers could because they were all women of color. So then they decided to do a whole love scene on the pool table in the living room by the fireplace.
Of course they did.
You know, but there were a few inappropriate things that happened. But this particular supermodel, she did a spread eagle, and she didn't have any drugs. Her whole, life force, and told everybody to inside out or something like that. I mean, Hollywood house parties are like that, you know, or you'll go and just out of nowhere, you know, things will just turn left.
But it seems like as you're saying, it seems like this is like the norm.
It's very normal.
Specifically, Jaguar revealed some disturbing information, one of which was Diddy's friendships with questionable individuals. Of course, that's understandable, given Diddy's reputation for having some strong but shady connections in the business, which is exactly why he has not been caught all this time and charged with the accusations put on him. Now, keeping all that in mind, Jaguar asserts that Diddy is deeply involved in the sex trafficking industry, where the rapper doesn't shy away from putting his very own girlfriends in compromising positions for the sake of his personal preferences. And, although Diddy has mostly been seen with women in public, those close to the rapper have come forward, claiming that Diddy is not who he shows when it comes to his sexuality and sexual preferences.
I mean, you know, do you remember when Bernie Mac played the minister in Friday?
Yes.
That's how I feel about TD Jakes. Like, that's how I see. Oh, Miss Parker, come to pray. But for him to be at a Diddy party, I don't know. Like, I feel the same way about that as I feel about when Tyler Perry came to his church and laid hands on him and he caught the Holy Spirit from Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry is the Bishop of what? Like, I've never, like, and I cut a check for $100, and I'm gonna lay my hands on you, Bishop. And he said, and then the Bishop said, it's on the internet. He's doing all of this, right? And then there's a woman on the dais screaming, push the baby out. Birth that baby. I'm like, what? Are we at church? Or is this about to turn into like a whole nother scene, like a lost scene from Eyes Wide Shut? Like, this shit is looking a little weird. I mean, if Bishop Jakes was at a Diddy party, there could only be two reasons. Money or sex. That's all that happens at Diddy parties.
Not only that, but individuals close to the rapper have also revealed how Diddy takes advantage of up-and-coming artists in the inner circles. For instance, as the owner of Bad Boy Entertainment, he is every now and then accused of sexually abusing his power and influence, with T.D. Jackson as his #1 protege, present at almost every one of such exploitative events.
Man, what I think about it is this, you know, when I grew up in the church, the sinners was not supposed to have the same atmosphere with the saints. You have to be able to separate the two. So I'm looking at him as a saint going to a party that ain't nothing but sin. Drinking, maybe fornication, man on man, woman on woman, he on she. But maybe he there to lay some hands on somebody. Maybe he there to save some souls. I know he got a contract with Revolt, so I'm just like, it's just real strange that he would be found at any kind of Diddy party or any kind of place with Diddy unless it's in a business atmosphere. So now what he's doing is he's making, man, he making the Christians look real bad right about now. I know what goes on at the parties. If, you know, they probably got a little bit more freakier, you know, as time went on, you know, because they got to the point where that they didn't even care. It used to be secretly, you know, where people used to go to, you know, separate rooms and different rooms, and they wasn't doing that out in the public, you know, so, but now they don't care. Men kissing men and all this other stuff. Man, it's crazy. I was getting calls from females that stated that they had situations that were, I'm trying to put it in a way, there were situation that if law enforcement individuals heard it, Puff had broke the law with them. So he had committed a crime. And in doing so, if those are the females who went and found the lawyers to take their case, he's going to be facing criminal charges because the act in which they explained to me were criminal acts. The drugging, the touching, the rape, the raping, all that.
And honestly, this is quite interesting to note that, since this is exactly what Cassie said in her lawsuit against Diddy too.
And she said that it was heartbreaking to her that her music was the reason why they was freaking off. The music that she was writing, it was for Cassie to freak off with him. And she couldn't believe it. And then she said that in the interview, which was crazy, she said that Puff came to the house and tried to make the girl have sex with him. And she intervened and said, she don't have to have sex with you. And she said, then I seen his monster. Like, I was like, he had a monster? She was like, yo, she said, I seen his monster. His whole tone, his facial expression, everything just changed towards her. I was like, yo, that's crazy. She lucky. Drugs, bruh. I'm being totally honest, man. Like, I believe that when you on those type of drugs and shit like that with alcohol, that it caused those people to think like that. It's crazy. You know, for these women to be in fear of their life based on you trying to put that pressure on them like that. Bruh, I think in this whole interview, we started it off that during his turmoil at the city college, he slapped his mother. If anybody put their hands on their mother, they are capable of doing anything. He's capable of doing anything to a female. I don't believe Cassie lied. I don't believe Tiffany Red lied. Dude, whole life has changed, bruh. You know, the money, the drugs, the alcohol, all the things made him to a different person.
Moving forward, another troubling account regarding Diddy has been stated by Jaguar Wright, and this time it featured a female attorney who had previously worked for him. Basically, Jaguar asserts that this attorney, whose identity for now is unknown due to security purposes, was an exceptionally skilled and competent professional. The time she spent working for Diddy, however, took a turn for the worst. Having been a witness to something horrible, she was permanently scarred as a result.
Walking in, and when she walked in, she saw Christopher Williams performing fellatio on Puff. Now, from what she said to me, it was disturbing because, you know, they didn't stop.
So, as time passed, the female lawyer came into Diddy's office and was taken aback to discover that he was receiving sexually explicit oral favors from a young male musician working in the industry. Naturally, after witnessing the horrifying sight, she fell speechless, and the impact of what she saw forced her to quickly resign from her position with Diddy. And although fans want Wright to reveal the name of the lawyer, it has been highlighted by Jaguar that she has made the decision to conceal the identity of the attorney in order to safeguard her privacy and safety. Not to forget, an alarming pattern of behavior on the part of Diddy is also quite prominently suggested by Jaguar's recent declarations. According to Jaguar, Diddy is claimed to exploit not only young female artists, but also young male musicians. These susceptible artists are led into circumstances where, as Jaguar put it, the sacrifice is frequently not worth the supposed rewards. While naming just a few, she mentioned August, Usher, and even Justin Bieber.
They're both bisexual, they do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship.
That's all for today. Make sure to drop by with your thoughts in the comments below. For more updates, hit the bell icon